What up, everybody? What up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of AC Reviews the World. I'm your host, AC the Engineer, and we are at episode 231. Let's give it a round of applause. Now, I hope everybody had a good day today. It is Wednesday, July 22nd, 2026, year of our Lord, and it's time to get to the greatest afternoon show in the world. You ain't got to believe it, but I believe it. That's all that matters. But it's time to get into it, y'all. Remember, this is a show where we meet Monday through Friday and go over 4 or 5 topics of just things that I found that we need to review together. Why? Because the world's a crazy place and we got to figure out some way to navigate it. Now, I'm never going to say I'm always right. I'm never going to say I understand everything, but I'm willing to talk about it. So if you ever feel like you disagree with anything I say, please leave a comment. Let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion. And if you like this type of channel and you like my videos that I produce, remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Why? Because I drop content every single day, or at least I try to. But today is like no other, y'all. You know what I like to do. Let's jump right into it. The first topic we're going to be discussing today is we gotten some independent autopsy results. So yes, the Nolan Wells independent autopsy that was paid for by Colin Kaepernick has been released. So they did a news conference earlier today. So we're going to get over into a few sections of it that I found that we need to review. And then, of course, just do a little breakdown and see what else we can find out. Remember, y'all, if you like this type of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Let's get over into it and see what we can find out. So we're going to get into the first section. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but you can't go back to and watch too. But let me say something first. Ben Crump should not be reading medical information because it is hard for him listening to him. But let's keep going into this. Let's get into it.
And he talked about how he found red discoloration when he cut open into the back of his head towards the occipital bone, and he saw the red discoloration, and we actually saw the pictures of it. It's significant. You can't help but notice, why is this dark red here in the back of his head? And so he was important to note that in his report. He said that etiology of this finding is unclear. There are no lacerations of the overlaying skin nor fractures of the underlying skull. These findings are inconclusive for perimortem injury due to both the extensive decomposition and the absence of associated injuries. This finding, however, is significant enough to be highlighted in this preliminary report for further investigation. It is important to reiterate that the finding could not have been observed in the first autopsy because the posterior head and neck dissection were not performed.
Okay, so that's the first little section that people are talking about. So as they heard that there is some kind of deep tissue bruising, basically that could be blunt force trauma, but he cannot say that it is blunt force trauma, but it had to be hard enough to lead the bruising, but not cut the skin and not fracture anything below it. So like they said, and then they also mentioned that it wasn't found in the first autopsy because they didn't do this section of the dissection. Nolan Wells, rest in peace. All right, let's get over into this next section where they was talking about the missing body parts. So let's get over into that real quickly.
He said another limitation, move this back here. Another limitation faced by this forensic pathologist was the absence of the anterior internal neck structures, the trachea and the laryngeal cartilage, the thyroid horn, and the hyoid bone were not received with the body. So he's saying that the throat was not received with the body when he got Nolan Wells' body in Washington, D.C. to perform the second autopsy. And so let's discuss that with what he said about that. He said, it is assumed that the initial pathologist retained these structures for additional evaluation. He said the retention of the anterior neck structures during an initial autopsy is a common forensic pathology practice. He was chief medical examiner for 7 years in Washington, D.C., and he said that if they had concern about throat or any fracture or compression of the throat, they too will hold them back. He doesn't know why they held the throat back, but he said the throat was not with the body of Nolan Wells when he received it in Washington, D.C. to perform the second autopsy.
Okay. So that's another section that a lot of people are talking about, that this section, his trachea and everything like that, was not received with the body. So we don't know exactly what that shows us. We'll have to wait for the autopsy from the actual medical examiner till we get some details about that. But let's get over into this next video where TMZ breaks it down a little bit more. So let's jump over into that.
Nolan Wells' family held a news conference today, and their attorney, Ben Crump, revealed the results of the independent autopsy. Crump says that there was something on Nolan Wells' skull, his head, that revealed a possible injury, a possible head injury. This is more complicated than it seems. Crump said that it was the focal area of red discoloration in the soft tissue in the back of the head. And so that suggests, with red discoloration, that there might have been some sort of injury. Crump did not elaborate on that. Now we should say, and we are not medical professionals, but WebMD talks about this, and we've actually seen this in other autopsies, where when a body is put on a slab, that can cause discoloration, that can cause the pooling of blood. Now, we don't know that happened here, but we do know that this independent autopsy followed the official autopsy where presumably Nolan Wells' body was put on a slab. So in terms of what caused this discoloration, this redness, Crump never elaborated. We certainly don't know, but there seem to be alternate theories here. Now, Crump said the cause and manner of death, according to this independent medical examiner, are still undetermined. He said there were problems conducting the autopsy, that the throat area had been removed, presumably by the medical examiner in the official autopsy for some kind of further examination. And we have no idea what the official autopsy shows because it has not yet been revealed. This is the independent autopsy that we're talking about.
Now, remember, a lot of people don't understand that they're still waiting to release the official autopsy because they're waiting on the toxicology reports, which is normal in different cases like this. We waited a long time for Celeste Rivers. We're going to talk about that as well, but her autopsy report took a while to release because they were waiting on the toxicology report. That takes weeks, months for us to get that back. So we don't know how long it'll be before we get the official autopsy for Nolan Wells. But let's keep going.
Crump says that the medical examiner for the independent autopsy, although he couldn't determine cause and manner of death, could not rule out foul play. So there are not a lot of answers here. There are interesting facts, but the reasons behind what Crump is talking about have not been revealed yet. We don't know if those reasons are something that the independent medical examiner knows and has not yet revealed, whether there are going to be more tests that might show whether there was an injury to the head or whether this was pooling based on the body laying on a slab. We don't know. And we don't know what the official medical examiner is going to say regarding all of this. And it is possible, if it was pooling, that it's something that the official medical examiner didn't see, but the independent examiner did because of the length of time the body was laying on the slab and when the autopsies were performed. So we don't know that. Crump is reiterating that he wants videos, he wants information, he wants to know what happened to Nolan Wells. And he says that as you piece things together, listening to witnesses and looking at video, the picture is going to become clearer. He did not say this is a case of foul play. He did invoke the name of other people who have died as a result of racial murders, including Emmett Till. And he's not necessarily linking that with Nolan Wells, but he's certainly raising it. So this was
because Mississippi has a history that people know and fear. Well, not really fear, just understand it. People are worried that it's something behind the scenes. But let's get over into the AI breakdown, y'all, just to get more into the independent autopsy, because that's the main thing we wanted to talk about. So, as we know, the preliminary independent autopsy results have been determined, but it basically came back with undetermined. They talked about the red discoloration. They found distinct red discoloration in the soft tissue, no fractures. So that's the big thing. Doctor noted that there was no apparent skeletal fractures, lacerations, or deep tissue injuries present on the body. So that's where they're saying blood pooling from it just being on the table. Now, a lot of people are running with it and saying, oh, well, he must have been hit in the head, but he was hit in the head hard enough to leave red discoloration, soft enough or blunt enough not to cut the skin, and soft enough as well not to fracture the skull or the neck area, this area. So, and then they talked about the missing neck structure. They're saying that they're most likely still analyzing that for trachea, any trachea damage or anything like that. Now, the big thing, the internal organs. So because the initial autopsy had already removed and dissected the internal organs, he was unable to directly observe the airways or the lungs for water or his stomach or gastric contents. This makes it impossible to determine if he truly drowned. That was the biggest thing I wanted to see, was if the lungs showed that it was filled with water, because there's several ways to tell if somebody drowned versus if something else happened. And then, like we know, the no toxicology has been available. The independent examination lacked a toxicology screen. So the main thing, they are offering a reward, of course, for more details. I think they're going up to 125,000. But what are y'all thoughts, y'all? Do y'all think that this is some plot that's been hidden? Now, there are some things that don't add up, like the female witness is saying that she said that he left, that he was going to go catch the ship with his friends, or a boat with his friends, and they're saying that he stayed behind to talk to her. I don't know if that was some miscommunication between the friends, but do y'all think there's something deeper here? Well, I think we truly need to just wait for the actual autopsy, but some people might say, oh, they're just hiding anything anyway. What are you going to believe? We just got to wait. Hopefully the family gets the answers that they deserve, because they do deserve to have full transparency on what happened to their son. But I've always said this, will people accept if it truly was just an accident, a terrible accident that happened, and it wasn't anything racially motivated behind it? Let me know your thoughts, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's a tragic scene, but we got to keep figuring this stuff out, and we got to see what we can, and we got to review this world together, y'all. I almost forgot my own catchphrase, but let's get over into this next topic, y'all. And we got to go to the singer David. So as we know, his preliminary hearing has been started, where they're finding out a lot of more details and more gruesome details that we didn't know before. So let's get over into this video. And then, of course, we'll get over into the AI breakdown just to wrap everything up. We're going to get over into this News Nation video. Let's get into it.
But like I said, let's circle back to David out in LA. Now, since the body of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez was found dismembered and decomposing in the front trunk of a Tesla allegedly owned by singer David, real name David Anthony Burke, back in September of last year, we all have had a lot of questions. Today, answered some of those questions. Today marked the first day of a preliminary hearing that could last up to 5 days. This is where a judge will later decide if there is enough evidence for the criminal case against David to move forward to trial. But I gotta say, the details that were revealed in court this morning, this afternoon, they are both new and they are disturbing. Okay, prosecutors allege Burke stabbed Celeste to death in April of 2025 and then dismembered her body. And in what has been reported to be one of the most difficult moments of the day, the prosecution revealed what Celeste's remains look like when they were found at a tow yard in full view of Celeste's family in the front row. Here's how the Rivas family attorney described that moment.
There was an image of Celeste's torso and her head in the trunk of the car, and the prosecutor had to ask what it was because you could not tell it was a head. It was absolutely, it was deplorable.
Now, prosecutors claim that Celeste had threatened to expose the alleged illegal sexual relationship between herself and Burke before she was killed, that was the motive. Investigators say they found explicit text messages between the two, along with child sexual abuse material on Burke's phone. And a Los Angeles police detective testified that Burke's online shopping history showed that he allegedly bought a shovel, chainsaws, cadaver bags, heavy-duty laundry bags, cleaning supplies after he allegedly killed her.
Now, of course, you are innocent until proven guilty, but that's a lot of evidence. A lot of evidence. They got all the child abuse material on your phone, and your shopping list is something that's straight out like of a murder guide. Shovel, 3 chainsaws, 2 cadaver bags, blue inflatable plastic pool, burn cage, and heavy-duty laundry bags. Now, maybe because he had some weird videos, maybe he just, I'm assuming they're going to try to spin it. Oh, he's just using them for his music videos. But dang, that evidence is piling up. Let's keep going.
Now, Burke has pleaded not guilty to charges including murder, continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14, unlawfully mutilating human remains. He is innocent unless proven guilty. But we got to talk about what happened today. Joining me now with all the details, we have News Nation senior national correspondent Brian Enton and LA Magazine contributor Lauren Conlon. Spent the day in that courtroom. It's great to have you both here. Lauren, I'm going to start with you. What was it like in the courtroom for the whole day, particularly, though, when those photos were shown? Because that felt like the turning point.
Right. It was incredibly difficult, and I couldn't help myself. I kept looking over at Celeste's father in particular, and, you know, it's heartbreaking. And I actually didn't expect us to see images like that in the courtroom. I really thought maybe they would skip over that just because it was the preliminary hearings. But unfortunately, that's what set the tone. We saw these photos, I want to say pretty much an hour into the hearings, and from there it just got more and more and more disturbing.
And David showed no emotion, Lauren? Nothing to those photos?
So that was one of the more disturbing parts about this, Jesse. I did not see him tear his eyes away from that screen. He looked at the screen like he was watching a movie. I mean, to me, I have seen defendants in the courtroom when photos are shown or allegations are made, they either shake their head no, they look away. It's hard. I mean, the guy was staring at it like it didn't bother him in the least.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to have an effect on the judge, but if this was in front of a jury, Got to wonder if that's going to have an effect. Brian, I think substantively something very interesting happened today. They started not with the tow yard. They didn't start with the crime scene. They started all the way back in 2024 when David first had this interaction with police about his relationship with Celeste, right? When Riverside County got involved, when she was a missing teen. And they showed body cam footage of their interaction with David. What'd you take away from that? What was that footage showing?
Yeah, they did. I mean, they showed up to his house because they were looking for Celeste, and they said that he was polite. He acknowledged that he thought she was 18, but someone else had told him that she was 13. And let's not forget, we're talking about a young girl here. It was something I kept remembering throughout the day. And as Lauren said, to see those pictures in court, Jesse, and like, you don't even really want to hear the details of it, but I mean, she was dismembered. She was in multiple bags. She had decomposed, and you had Celeste's parents sitting in the front row. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, they'll leave during those moments. They didn't leave the courtroom, and what would happen is the prosecutor would turn around and sort of like whisper to them, like, okay, this is coming up next. We're about to put up this photo, and they would look down, but there were times they were looking. There were, and I was just thinking the whole time, like, what it must have felt like for them.
That has to be one of the worst experiences you can have as a parent. I can't imagine it. You got to hear. You might not watch it, but you definitely going to hear people talking about what they've seen and what they're showing on the images for the judge. It's not anything a parent should ever hear. It's a tragic scene, and the fact that he was so stone-faced, so maybe nonchalant or not affected by what he's hearing, or at least that's what they're saying he looked like. We don't know because we can't see inside the courtroom, but if he truly had no emotion, maybe his lawyers might have told him, yeah, don't show any emotion or try not to show any emotion, but it's kind of hard listening to stuff like this to not show emotion, especially if you truly it's a sick way of carrying somebody. But if they were in some kind of sick relationship, let's keep going though.
You know, Brian, I'm glad you said that, because sometimes we talk so much about the charges, we talk so much about strategy, we talk so much about David. This was a young girl who lost her life in brutal fashion. Yes, he's innocent unless proven guilty, but it doesn't take away what everyone saw in that courtroom and what happened to her, which, Lauren, I was following your reporting online, and you said something really interesting. All the testimony and evidence regarding the alleged purchase history of David. So after they claim that he killed her, I listed all the things. You said the order of these alleged purchases may tell you something.
I did. I decided to just list the purchases in chronological order, and you know, he started by, let's say, ordering a shovel, and then he ordered a couple of chainsaws, and then we see the burn cage, and then we see a burn-resistant mat. So in my opinion, and this is pure speculation, I was kind of thinking, okay, was he changing his mind about how he was going to allegedly dispose of the body? And I just want to go back really quick to something that Brian was touching upon, the body cam footage when the police came to David's home looking for Celeste initially in February of 2024. We were actually able to see the photo that he had of her on his phone. And I gotta tell you, I was so disturbed by this photo because he was 18 at the time. She was in 6th grade in this photo. She looked literally, I mean, I think she was 12. She looked 10 years old to me. She's in a Batman sweatshirt, and I'm just like, guys, this is a child. We are literally talking about a child.
Yeah, and that goes to the second.
This man was a purebred pedophile. We got to call it how it is. 12 years old when they first probably started talking. Wow. I don't care what you say. You could tell how young she was. I don't want to hear any of that bull. Let's keep going.
Crime charge that he faces. That goes to the motive, right? Lying in wait, killing a witness, killing for financial gain, that he had to make sure that she couldn't expose him. That's the allegation. But this goes to another point. One of the things we were looking out for, Brian, in this preliminary hearing, defense has an opportunity to question these witnesses. We finally got a sense of where the defense is going in their strategy. What did you learn?
Well, a couple of things. I think they're going to try to poke holes in the medical examiner. I think there's going to be questions about, the body was so badly decomposed. I found the money to be interesting, and it wasn't something I had heard a lot about until today, Jesse. That he had made a lot of money, $10 to $11 million in just a couple of years, had all of these managers managing his money. His mom was very involved. The prosecution is trying to paint this picture that he had a lot to lose if word got out about this underage girlfriend, or whatever you want to call her, because she's a child, that he could lose everything. But I also sat there thinking today, could that also be part of the defense? Because they were talking a lot about how he didn't know about the money, that it was all these other people who were in control. And I wonder if they're going to go down that path more if there is a trial.
They knew he knew he was doing well. He knew he was doing well. But Lauren, I'll give you about 30 seconds. What about the idea of questioning what was tested, what was not, the DNA? Was it clear? Were they trying to say you can't say exactly what was used to kill her or dismember her?
Well, Blair Burke was definitely poking holes with the second witness, the lead detective Byers. She kind of said, "Look, you guys didn't test this cadaver bag, or you didn't log this into evidence." And he said, "Well, we couldn't. It physically could not be logged because of the liquid, because of everything that happened with the decomposition." So they took off the handles and the zipper, and his lawyers honed in on that. There's a few other things they honed in on, but to Brian's point, at the end, they wanted to make it known that it was David's mother who managed the money and not David. And that was definitely a specific reason.
Big picture, it's
absolutely crazy, y'all. It sounds like the defense is trying to point to David didn't kill her, but maybe his mother did, or someone in his circle who wanted to make sure he kept the money rolling in. That's where they're trying to play it. They can't say that, he didn't. No one murdered her, because, of course, she was dismembered and decomposing in the trunk. So they got to skew the investigation or the signs of possible guilt away from him. So let's get over into the AI breakdown, y'all, just to wrap this whole section up. But no matter how it is, it's a tragic situation, and Celeste deserves better. So as we know, the preliminary hearing for singer David, also known as David Anthony Burke, is currently underway. He faces several felony charges, including first-degree murder, continual sexual abuse of a child under 14, and unlawful mutilation of a human corpse in connection with the death of 14-year-old Celeste. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges. They say the trial began on July 21st, 2026. Proceedings began 2026. So they alleged that on April 23rd, Burke murdered the 14-year-old Celeste in his home after she threatened to expose their illegal relationship. The remains were found in September 2025 in the trunk of a Tesla parked at the tow yard. Investigators testified to finding blood stains in the garage, tools used to dismember, and attempted to mask decomposition with air fresheners. The prosecution presented evidence of the financial motive, noting that his high earning and his subsequent terminated multi-million-dollar record deal. So the hearing aims to determine if there is enough evidence for the trial in the first place. So during the first 2 days of the hearing, we heard a lot of specific details. So basically the dismemberment setup between May 1st and May 5th, he allegedly used a fake name to order 2 chainsaws, a body bag, heavy duty laundry, and a blue inflatable pool to contain the victim's blood. On July 7th, several months before the body was discovered, he allegedly ordered a specified burn cage. And then for the first time, the prosecution made public and displayed the graphic pictures of her dismembered remains in front of her family. So the official medical examiner report explicitly determined her cause of death as multiple penetration injuries caused by an object. It was revealed that the police conducted a welfare check on February 17th, during which deputies formally informed Burke that Hernandez was only 13 years old, heavily countering any potential defense that he was unaware of her age. So an executive from the Interscoop Records testified on the day too, confirming details that Burke's multi-million-dollar reckoning deal, and revealed that the label officially terminated his contract in December 2025. Burke's money manager, Benjamin, testified that Burke's manager, Rob, had explicitly mentioned the victim by her first name to him before the body was found. I mean, a lot of things are stacking up against David right now, singer David. But in general, he needs to be in jail in the first place because he was sleeping around with a 13-year-old. But the real question is, did he murder her? With all the evidence and the stuff that he bought, it's pretty likely. But you are innocent until proven guilty, so we have to wait for the official trial. I don't see why there won't be a trial, but the world is a crazy place, y'all. And this is why we got to review this type of stuff together. Let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's a tragic situation. Truly tragic. But let's pivot over into our next topic we're discussing today. And this one's a crazy case. So we got a woman, an Indianapolis woman, gets sentenced to prison time because she ends up shooting at a repairman because she didn't want to pay the bill. Yeah, the world's a cruelly crazy place, y'all. Times is hard, people shooting at repairmen. Let's get over into it and see what we can find out. We'll go over into this video and then an AI breakdown. Let's jump into it, y'all.
Well, tonight an Indianapolis woman is headed to prison for firing a shot at a man who came to her house to fix her clothes dryer.
So our Rich Nye takes us to the courtroom today where the woman unsuccessfully tried to use her chronic disease to argue for home detention.
45-year-old Reba Wilson arrived for court in a wheelchair. She suffers from multiple sclerosis. Back in March 2024, Wilson lived at this house on the east side and called Nate Baird to fix her clothes dryer.
After performing work on the dryer unit, the defendant refused to pay Mr. Baird for his work and pulled a firearm. The defendant made threats to Mr. Baird that she would shoot him. Mr. Baird fled through a back door and heard a gunshot as he fled.
Wilson accepted a plea agreement admitting to criminal confinement with a deadly weapon and intimidation. The sentence was left to the judge.
An appliance repair person should be able to do their job without having a gun pointed at them and a shot fired at them.
You have to be one awful person. Or I don't know if you can say times is this hard, but for a man, you call a man over there to fix what you need fixed. He does it. He does the job. He asks you, okay, it's going to be $100. Most likely it wasn't $100, $150. I don't know how much it was, but he told you it's going to be that much. You say, no, I'm good. Pull your gun out on him. When he runs, you still shoot the shot. Yeah, you need to be in jail. You need to be in jail, and you deserve everything that's going to come to you. Let's keep going into this, y'all.
When crimes like this are tolerated, they put fear into those who have to do this job every day.
Wilson and her attorney argued for home detention so Wilson could receive the proper care she needs.
I want to live. I don't want to be in a vegetated state for mistakes that I have made.
Huh?
I need a chance, Your Honor. That's all I can say.
Judge,
you need a chance. You had your chance while you was free. Everybody got their own chance while they free. Now you can't be like, oh, you commit a crazy crime and be like, I just need one chance to show that I'm a good person. You already showed it. Go into jail. I don't know what this vegetative state come from, but they got perfectly fine medical facilities. It ain't gonna be the best, but you gonna be in jail and they gonna look after you. I don't want to hear any of that. Let me do some home detention. Nah. You all tried to kill a man. Should have been attempted murder. Let's keep going into this.
Charles Miller said that Wilson was unworthy of community corrections. He noted her 21 previous arrests, including 8 misdemeanor and 8 felony convictions. Most troubling to the judge in this case was Wilson being on the run for about a year, posting bond, then failing to show up for court. The judge sentenced her to 10 years in prison.
No one knows what happened to Reba Wilson that day. Nobody asked Reba Wilson till today what happened to her. No consideration. They're just looking at her rap sheet. It is not fair.
Baird told me by text message he hopes Wilson gets the help she needs.
So is she trying to say that? Let's hear that one more time.
10 years in prison.
No one knows what happened to Reba Wilson that day. Nobody asked Reba Wilson till today what happened to her. No consideration. They're just looking at her rap sheet. It is not.
She needs to be in jail. She truly needs to be in jail, y'all. Let's get over into the AI breakdown because we got the gist of this, but nobody knows what happened. She pulled a gun on a repairman. She trying to say that he tried to attack her? Let's get over into it. So, as we know, the Indianapolis woman named Reba Wilson was sentenced to 10 years in prison after pointing a gun and firing a shot at an appliance technician during the dispute over a $70 dryer fee. Yep, so that's where we are in this world. So the appliance technician, Nate, arrived at her home to fix the broken clothes dryer that was not heating up. When he mentioned the $70 service fee, Wilson became upset and refused to pay. The technician chose to leave the property without getting paid. Wilson blocked his exit by standing spread eagle in the doorway while armed with a handgun. As the repairman fled toward the back door, Wilson yelled, "You're lucky I don't kill you," and fired at least one shot in his direction. She then shouted, "I'm going to pop a cap in your," as he escaped the scene. So Indianapolis police officers executed a search warrant and discovered a spent shell casing sitting directly on top of the broken dryer. They also discovered a black silver Smith & Wesson handgun hidden under the living room couch. And she tried to hide the gun. Yeah, she knows she did something wrong. Wilson was legally barred from owning a firearm back in 2008 when her felony escape conviction, which designated her as a serious violent offender under Indiana state law. She entered a guilty plea in a Marion County court for the felony criminal confinement while armed with a deadly weapon and felony intimidation. Firing the shot honestly sounds like attempted murder to me. I don't know why she didn't get that, but okay. As part of the negotiated plea, additional charges, including criminal recklessness, committed with a deadly weapon, pointing a firearm, and unlawful possession of a firearm by serious violent felon, were officially dismissed. So the judge ordered the 45-year-old woman to serve 10 years in prison. 10 years. She's going to be out at 55 unless she gets paroled. But what are your thoughts on that case, y'all? There's a lot of crazy people in this world. Over 7. He didn't even fix it yet. He told you, yeah, okay, it's going to be $70. I'm not going to pay that. So did she try to point the gun to make him fix it anyway? Yeah, some people are crazy in this world, y'all. Some people are crazy and you got to be careful. But let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's an absolutely crazy world. Let's pivot over into one more topic that we're going to be talking about today. And it's some body cam footage. Because you know I do love the body cam footage. But this one, it might be sad. It might be sad. But it's called a 12-year-old refuses to leave the cop after they arrest both the parents. Let's get over into it and see what we can find out, y'all. Remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell if you like this type of content. Let's get over into it, see what we can learn.
Ruined my son's friendship.
Well, you just about ruined your son because he's on the floor in our house crying on my feet because he thinks you guys are both on the ground in your own home.
My life is over.
It's not over.
It's over.
No, it's not. You could be right now, and then your boys have no one to watch over them.
What made these parents think it was okay to put their 3 young sons in a situation that forced a 12-year-old to call 911?
Mom and Dad, while the kids are upstairs. Yep, I know. I had them before.
Yeah, no effects really on it, right? Right, yeah, it's definitely
Pick up for me. Last time they found it under the couch.
We didn't give anything to this.
No.
Hello.
Unbelievable.
You know where you're at?
Man.
Narcan for you. One for everybody. You guys got a flush? No. I got one for you here. You over? Patrick.
Your son?
They're next door with the neighbors.
Yeah, you
together.
Well, you guys just about. You barely were
Just
both
started
breathing.
breathing again.
You're
You gonna throw up? What do you think you were snorting? What is it that you thought you took? You're not
Stay up, stay down.
Stay down, bud.
Oxy, okay. That explains.
Okay.
A little bit too much.
Have him come. Everybody else can cancel.
You guys won't stop breathing. Your son called 911, got us here, and got you some Narcan, and you're breathing again, so.
He saved you.
Within minutes.
I'm gonna go get the kids' names. Hello.
Hey.
This has to be one of the worst experiences I can ever imagine for a child having to do. Your parents are junkies. We got to call it how it is, or drug addicts, however you want to say it. And you're so scared that they might have died. They force a 12-year-old to call the police. The kids got to be taken. It's as simple as that. The kids got to be taken.
Both awake now?
They are.
Yeah, are there kids here?
Yes.
Okay. So, and then you called us?
Yes.
You did a great job. And then you guys ran over here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have you guys stay here for a second. I got to make some phone calls, and I got to go check on your parents again. But they are okay. You did good, man. You did really good.
I'm just wondering where he's at.
Your husband?
Yeah.
He's in the ambulance. I'll talk to you over there. So, the grandparents live down the street. That's what we're trying to figure out, what their exact address and name is. That's what Kenny ran. Double overdose. Sounds like they snorted out. Both the kids and one of their kids was downstairs with them when they did it.
Did they see it?
The kids didn't see him snore anything, but the one son that called said he noticed his dad was getting pale and kind of seemed like he was tired. And all of a sudden they just passed out while they were playing video games. So, yeah. They got a pee bottle downstairs. Alan, Dave, is it?
I know her.
Yeah, she overdosed 3 months ago.
Yeah, this is not the first time the kids have called on them in the group.
See any residue or anything?
Yeah, they got a grinder that they got up and we're just snorting it off of. Paraphernalia laying everywhere.
Okay.
Well, we'll take that too and destroy it.
All right. The kid said they live on Sandstone, he believes, but he doesn't know the address. There's 2 left in here. These are sitting over the staircase. Does he still got the in here?
Yeah.
Not that's going to do much. We'll just cut the next ones up.
Right, but...
So they were found here?
The kids, I guess, were sitting here.
Okay.
Dad was right here. Mom was over here. The kids said they were sitting on this couch over here. That couch playing video games.
What do we got there?
That is a handgun. A fake one.
So I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to...
Hi, are you Cindy?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, you see, that's the mama. You already know that's the mama. I'm not going to... She about to...
Okay. Morgan, I know you talked to some of the other deputies, but since I'm handling the report, what actually happened?
He got something from some temp employee from his work.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who it was, or I would tell you.
Okay. Well, what did it look like?
A blue pill.
A blue pill? How'd you guys take it? And how many?
Just one.
So did you crush it up?
Yeah.
And snort it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's straws and everything all downstairs.
The straw from his weed.
His weed? What does
They
he
come
do?
with cones, and you pack the...
Okay. So there was only one blue pill?
Yeah, we shared it.
Okay. Both of you guys snorted it while the kids were downstairs?
No.
So when?
You stay here. I'm going to go get top of the place.
Kids were upstairs playing.
Okay. What was the last thing you remembered?
walking downstairs for a minute and then planning to come back up.
Okay. Because what the kids are telling me is they were downstairs playing video games, and you guys both passed out downstairs.
They came down to play then.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't down there.
Okay. But they were the ones that found you guys gargling and not breathing. Thankfully, your one son was smart enough to call 911 and run over to the neighbor's house, or you guys would probably still be laying down there. So is there anything else in the house?
No.
Anything that... Just... Okay.
I don't even think there is.
What about guns?
No.
There are 0 firearms in this house.
There's 0 firearms in this house.
What about the holster?
Or no, there might be
what?
Shotguns upstairs.
Okay.
What about the holster?
Those are kids.
No, that was for a firearm. So are there firearms?
No, our
in
kids
this
have.
house?
Okay, so
But like.
What are his prescription that he takes?
Azepam.
What else?
Albuterol inhaler.
Okay. Is there anything else that kids can get a hold of in the house?
No.
Because I was here 3 months ago.
I know.
And the same thing happened.
I can show you the cabinet.
That you guys keep your pills in?
Where I have my medication.
Okay. Well, I found 2 of his pans downstairs in the pill bottle and opened up, left on the ground. Scott, is it?
Yes.
So here's what's going on. So they both overdosed. Because that they were both the adult parents in the house and there was no other adult, we have to call DCFS and let them know what's going on.
Yeah.
So
I understand that.
what we're trying to do, though, to help you guys out is I told the one deputy when he was talking to him that you guys live in the area and you would be a house to be able to hold them for whenever they do the investigation. The kids got to stay technically on scene with us.
Put them in our car and just keep them in our car?
No, they can't because technically we're in custody of the children right now.
Okay.
Do you know of prior use in the home? How often has this happened?
Well, I know our daughter's been taking prescription pills because she has serious anxiety and depression.
Mm-hmm. But do you know the actual pills or no?
No.
Any other use besides I'm not concerned about?
Yeah, just is all I know about.
She had a reaction several months ago because her doctor changed her prescription.
Mm-hmm.
And when she first took it, maybe it was too much. Something similar happened, but if she had just changed prescriptions.
Okay.
And she had a seizure.
Okay.
We were out to dinner, and I didn't hear it because there was music playing.
And the other thing is they had the neighbor's son over, too. So that's another issue we have. So if you guys could just stay on scene, we'll let you know.
They did this while the neighbor's son was there. Now, I do want to know, did they actually do it with the children in the room? Or did they truly just come down there and just started playing video games after they did it? Because that's a big difference now. But either way, you cannot be left alone with your children. It's as simple as that. Let's keep going.
We'll kind of update you guys as soon as we know what DCFS is going to do. Okay.
That's how it usually goes, and then they call.
Right. I let the parents here, grandparents here know what's kind of going on.
Okay.
So
they're aware.
Yep.
All right.
So you don't even have a clue what you took. Did he say what it would do to you guys?
It was supposed to be and
Supposed to be on.
it couldn't have been.
How big was the pill?
It was a little tiny.
Okay. You guys used a grinder to crush it up?
We had some old mortar and pestle thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So here's what's going on right now. We're contacting DCFS. So once we know what's going on with them and what they want to do with the children tonight, I'll let you know.
They can't just go with my parents.
DCFS has to know of something like this. As soon as I find out what they want to do, I'll let you know. But the other issue is you had another kid, your neighbor's kid over at the house too, that you guys are in charge of.
I know. Ruined my friendship.
Well, you just about ruined your son because he's on the floor in our house crying on my feet because he thinks you guys are both on the ground in your own home.
Just so you guys know, we're making the 1-800 number call too.
Okay.
So.
Yep. Both of them got one dose then? Or not?
I don't know.
Okay. So what was the last time you guys used?
The last time this happened?
Well, that you used?
Yeah.
I know the last time we came here, but it's the same time? So you were clean then for the past 6 months?
Yes.
So why tonight?
Because he got that a long time ago after I had my first son.
Mm-hmm.
I got a really bad, he was premature.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a really bad infection. I got addicted to pills.
Mm-hmm.
And I was off forever. It was even just so long. And we just thought, just have a little bit of fun.
With the kids home though?
I
mean, I would get it if the kids were out, but I guess you have them to thank because they're the only reason why you guys are still alive right now. But I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It wasn't rational. It wasn't.
Well, you've done this before. I mean, how many times is it going to take before you actually end up on the floor with them just looking at you?
It's never.
I mean,
never.
It's just I don't know how to describe it, honestly. I don't know if ridiculous is the right word or just. The last thing I want to do is come to a house right when I start work, and I got 2 kids crying on my feet because they think their mom and dad's. And then I got the neighbor boy that doesn't know what the hell happened. I know we were talking about charges. What are you thinking on that? The state's attorney's office. Yeah, I didn't hear that because I'm out here dealing with that.
Just with ages and the whole situation. I mean, do I think so? Yeah. But see what they want to do with it. Yeah, he's calling the on-call right now.
Who is?
Struck.
Okay. I let the grandparents kind of know what's going on, so they're up to date.
Okay.
Because they were going to take the kids back now, but I told them it's not yet.
They're okay, right? The DCFS okay with them taking them?
We don't know. We haven't gotten a call back yet, so that's what we're waiting on.
Okay.
Because if they did call us back, I'd say go now. I got all 3 kids' names. I got mom's name over here.
Okay.
To Russ.
Yeah.
He said, absolutely, no hesitation, absolutely take her.
Okay.
You have to do something. All right. Put a hold on him at the hospital.
Okay.
Take him too.
Okay. What do we want to do with DCFS for right now?
They're going to call back here shortly.
Okay.
And I'll talk to them. At the time I was talking, I had my time there, so I didn't know if the parents
Okay.
were coming.
That's fine.
They're aware they might be, and they said that's fine. But
I'm sure they're
just
going to
waiting
be
for them
fine with it. Let's just confirm it.
Yep. Sounds good.
One of you guys want to let Grandma know what's going on?
Hey, so we got a bag of stuff from downstairs. We were just going to throw it away, but we'll have to log it now.
Yeah.
The stuff that's relevant. There's like, was it Percocet? No, it wasn't Percocet. Clonazepam. There's like a mortar bowl where they ground
it up.
I'll grab that bag.
All right.
I wonder if they do the analysis of the mortar and pestle, that they'll find exactly what the pill was. What was it? It's obviously not oxy what they thought if they had this type of reaction, but you did this to yourselves. It's as simple as that.
Morgan, here's the deal. So we just got off the phone with the state attorney's office. You and your husband are both going to be placed on arrest for endangering the welfare of a child. I will let you say goodbye to the kids. I'm not going to handcuff you in front of them, but they're going to come out here and then they're going to go back in.
Take a deep breath. Yeah, you're not, fortunately.
Good.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. At this time, you're being placed under arrest.
Deep breath. Nobody's shooting at you. You'll be fine.
I just put my voice in
Just-
You worry about you right now.
All right, we're going to go back to my squad cars down the road. Get the phone. Do you want your purse? There's a teal purse on the kitchen counter, okay? Thank you. We'll put it inside.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
It's going to be that one with the lights on all the way down there.
Oh, my God. My life is over.
It's not over.
It's over.
No, it's not. You could be right now, and then your boys have no one to watch over them.
I've already lost him.
You haven't lost them yet. There's ways to get them back.
Oh, my God.
Nope, this one over here.
Oh, I'm fine.
Nope, you're fine. There's a lot of them here.
This right was really tight.
Which one?
The right hand.
Okay. Face the squad car.
I've never been arrested in my entire life.
I'm going to have you sit right in here.
I'm sorry.
Nope, you're fine. It's hard to buckle up somebody in here. Your husband's wallet and your phone are going to go in my front seat for now, okay? I'll be back over here in a second. Did you kind of let that mom know what's going on?
I'm not sure which one's the mom and which one isn't.
That
She wants some stuff, so I'm just gonna go and talk to the grandma, make sure that we got the stuff, or that we can come in and get his stuff. That's the mom right there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, the male who lives here just asked me.
Okay.
Cool.
I have his wallet with me. Other dad that passed out. Yeah. Yeah, we're leaving that here. This is the purse you wanted? Okay.
Patrick Allen and Morgan Allen were both arrested and charged with endangering the life or health of a child. This case is a reminder that a single reckless decision can put innocent children at serious risk and change lives forever.
100%. They are 100% correct. I would like to know what type of pills they were, or what the pill was that made them have this reaction. They said they took a pill, a half a pill each, and they both overdosed. I don't know if they were lying about that or not, but that's crazy. It might have been fentanyl, but we don't know. But let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's absolutely crazy. And it's a sad situation, but you brought it upon yourself. But that is it, y'all, for the show today. We talked about a lot of crazy things. Remember, if you ever disagree with anything I say, please leave a comment. I'm never going to say I'm always right. I'm never going to say I understand everything, but I'm willing to listen. And just know, if you like this type of content, y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell, because I drop every single day. But that is it for the show today. I will see y'all again tomorrow to go over more topics and just to review this crazy world together. But that's it for now, y'all. You already know I got to play that outro. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.